I got Mr. Tom Colby and Scholar Muhammad. So how are y'all doing?
We're good this morning. Thanks, Pete.
Awesome. Glad to have you here bright and early. Muhammad's got that. Keep getting these full head of hairs in here. People with full head of hair. And I'm jealous already. I'm just kind of staring at it, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Mr. Colby's got to just let it all go. I keep telling him it's a lifestyle, not a choice. But Tom, it's great to have you in here. I've known you for a while as a colleague and just also, as a friend and doing some other things. And so tell us a little bit about who you are and where you work and your journey thus far.
Yeah, so it's been a long journey, but currently I work at Color Middle School, and I work as instructional coordinator, so I get to hang out with 800 middle schoolers every day, and we have lots of learning going on and a lot of energy.
Awesome. Now, a lot of people will say that's not the life, but I mean, you do it so well. And I should say it's Dr. Tom Colby. So I did not want to be remiss in that. And so just tell us about like your educational, journey to get to this point and then why you see impacting young people is so important to you.
Yeah. So I'm going to kind of do this in a short form. So, I appreciate Chance going before us. You grounded me into, finding my own interest when I was about your age. I was super into skateboarding and soccer at that moment, and art, and never knew I would necessarily come back to education. But then I worked at Camp Kentucky when I was like 20, and started thinking about working with young people, and it took off from there. A couple of my big scholar mentors that I'll shout out to is Dr. Rick Meyer and Dr. Steve Swidler. They really helped me think through how we can make schools better and put that in action every day. We try to.
And a little bit about family. You got the Knox College shirt on, so whenever we got that college representation, we got to know what that's about. And anybody else you want to mention?
Yeah, I want to call out my family, my direct family. Laura Salem. She's
the Dr. Laura Salem.
The Dr. Laura Salem, yeah. She's a supervisor for ELL in Lincoln Public Schools. And since our relationship started at Camp Kentucky, we've been talking about how we engage young people and make people's lives better. And then my own two kids, Judd and Bella. And we're very proud of them and glad they're part of our lives.
And both LPS graduates?
Yep, both LPS graduates.
Right,
yep.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit before we get to Muhammad, why I had you in. I was interested in a story that I saw that you had a soccer tournament, but the soccer tournament wasn't just a soccer tournament where everybody's playing for a trophy. They had a trophy. I guess it was a gold or silver cleat, but we'll get into that. But it also engaged in regards to language and you said ELL. And so can you speak a little bit about what that is and how this soccer tournament came about and the purpose and the objectives of it?
Yeah. So, again, the short story of this. So we have about 37 different languages represented at Color Middle School. And it adds so much to our day and so much to our energy, including recess. And so I get to do recess duty every day with my colleague, John Glow, who I also shout out to, and our other supervisors out there. And we watch kids from all over the world that ascend to Color Middle School. Some are brand new newcomers, like have just been here for a couple months, but that common thing is soccer. And so we watch kids go out on the soccer field and knock around. We did have an intramural team, kind of a short season this year. The 2 times it rained happened to be on Saturdays.
Wow. Okay.
And so we didn't have a soccer tournament this year. And I know that the World Cup is in the fall. That's also something new. And I thought, how can I get these kids to engage with each other, to play with each other? Because we have some talent out there from all over the world. And so that's how the 4v4 tournament started.
Well, and I think some people don't realize, I mean, they go by our locations that have these fields and this, that, and the other. And on Saturdays and Sundays, there's the formality of people playing and awesome uniforms. And it's great. Like I truly do celebrate those opportunities. But I would say if you want to see some of the best competitions, drive by our elementary or middle school playgrounds at lunch. And I'm telling you, coaches should be driving by that and being like, okay, there's an NIL deal waiting for you. So one of those individuals is Scholar Muhammad, who is here. And Scholar Muhammad, I'm glad to have you here. Got a man, has one of the best smiles going. But Muhammad, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who's Muhammad?
Thank you for having me. Muhammad is I like to play soccer. Like I've been playing it for a long time in the streets in my country. When I go outside, it's like the only thing you see. They put rocks for goals, and we
Okay.
just be playing it. It's fun.
So, Mohammed, you said like where you're from. So tell us where are you from?
I'm from Sudan. Uh, my dad originated from there. We lived there for a long time. We moved here. Stayed in Schuyler for like a couple years, like 2 years. Then we moved here.
Awesome. So, and Muhammad pointed at his dad. His dad's here in the studio, and so I'm really appreciative of him being here as well. And so, tell me a little bit. What did you remember? What do you remember about Sudan, and what makes Sudan so special?
So I remember about it. We went the summer before that one. We went for a vacation. It was really fun. It was all in the streets. We hang out for a long time. We had a holiday, and we go like to this neighborhood. They had like all different like things to play on, like this cup thing you sit on and it turns you, roller coasters and everything. It was really fun.
Oh, so you're speaking to my heart right now. I'm going with this family next time you travel. Do not leave me here next time you go. So tell me, what do you enjoy about Color Middle School?
The staff is they help you a lot. Like everything you need help, they help you with, and everything you need, they have it.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit. You participated in this tournament.
Yeah,
And so tell us what was I don't say the coolest thing because I know that's it's probably outdated term, but what was the thing that you remember about the tournament? Why did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it because there was like a lot of people from different countries. Like it was like how to understand when like they pick their teams, you get a team and like they speak the same language and
Mm.
like you can't understand it, so that makes it hard like how they control the ball or who they're gonna pass it to. So you just gotta get have a guess with it.
I think one of those things we always talk about is when in sports or activities, sometimes the universal language is you have a common objective, and
Hmm.
so you want to win.
Yeah.
And so you know who's good, you know who you pass the ball to, you know who you have to defend, and so I think that's always something that's neat with activities or athletics because there's that common objective. This is Pete Ferguson, 93.7 The Ticket, and this is Bigger Than the Score, and I'm here joined by Dr. Tom Colby, who's an educator at Lincoln Public Schools, and Scholar Mohammed. His dad's also in the studio. So, Tom, tell us a little bit about just what were the objectives with this, and what was accomplished, and then maybe what do you hope to see in the future with opportunities like this?
All right, so I'm going to go small and then I'll go big.
Okay.
So, real small with just opportunities for kids to have fun and engage with each other. We know engagement increases learning, makes everyone happier, and makes it all things move smoother. And literally, a couple of our kids from Ukraine couldn't make it out to our Saturday soccer games. Communication gap, whatever it may be, led to not being able to be out there. And it's like these kids need to be playing with everybody, and so it's inclusive. And so we started with that. I wanted to get kids together, playing against each other, having a good time. And then, just like Mohammed described, you learn language immersed in language. And so, immersed in language is on the soccer field. It's quick, it's fast, it's deciding, it's problem solving together. And that's the big objective is just engagement and growing your English skills and growing your skills out on the field.
So you talked about a couple things. Did you play soccer, and tell me like what was your athletic journey, and does it still continue to this day? And I know
So
some of the
anyone
answers
that's on
to
the
that.
webcam can see my athletic journey right now.
It adds 20 pounds. All right, I'm slim. So I'm gonna shape
Yeah, right.
it.
It's that. All right. So I was very fortunate. So I grew up here like in Ruth Purtle Elementary, East Junior Senior High. Shout out there, Spartans.
All
You
right.
too, Pete. And then I had a coach from Brazil.
Okay.
Right here in our neighborhood, right near Ruth Purtle neighborhood, Dr. Erasmo, or not doctor, but Erasmo de Silva was my coach from Brazil. And he took his knowledge of Brazil soccer to little suburban Lincoln, Nebraska, and we kind of dominated.
Okay.
This is back in the 70s, and, so the
You
Bears versus the
you didn't have to
Roadrunners.
put a date on it now. I mean, we just talked about Stomp the Yard in 2007. So that was like 2010. You dominated.
But yeah, that was part of it. And then I was kind of asked to be part of the very first travel team for Capital Soccer Association. And so me and shout out to Matt Landis and a couple other people that I know out there. We got to go to Omaha and kind of got smoked by kids that were playing organized soccer with their uncles and cousins forever.
Right.
And then it's just a game I've always loved. And Chance and Muhammad have talked about it. The thing about the game is it allows your own creativity, and that sticks with your brain. It's just fun to play. And so I've played as an adult and recreation leagues and pickup games. When I worked at UNL, the most diverse part of my week was Friday afternoon soccer at the 17th and Vine Fields.
Wow.
So
Awesome. Muhammad, you've got World Cup coming up. Who's your favorite team?
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Okay. Favorite player?
Ronaldinho.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say me for a quick minute. That's all right. I'll let you have them. So tell us about what's your favorite subject? Like what's something you enjoy studying, and what do you want to become?
I enjoy studying in history because
Okay.
I'm from a different country, so it's great to learn about the history of some other country that you don't know, and how it originated and all that.
Okay, so fantastic. So you enjoy history, and I think that's one of the coolest parts. Like I said, I know you enjoy soccer, but you talked about that academic piece.
Mhm.
So what are you going to become when you're our age? Our knees aren't working the same way. You're maybe not as quick. You have to regulate. Maybe you're playing to a video game. What do you want to become later on when you get a little bit older?
I'm gonna try to start my own business and sell stuff. Then, yeah.
Okay, so that entrepreneur, we get a long
Yeah.
theme of that.
Yeah.
So I believe you're gonna be able to crush that. Tell us one thing that you like about Mr. Colby. What's one thing that people just sitting here watching him online may not know about him, but you're like, man, I really want people to know this about Mr. Colby.
So Mr. Kobe is a really good coach. He coaches you. He tells you what to do when we're making a mistake in the game. He tells us fix the mistake. He doesn't get mad. He just tells us to fix the mistake, and we fix it, and that's how we win some of our games.
Awesome. Mr. Colby, what's something about Muhammad that makes him say, I mean, I know we put this out and I said, would you bring a scholar here today?
Yeah.
And it was Muhammad. I'm going to say this. We've got nearly 43,000 scholars in this district. But what I will tell you is his name came on every email from every person that was on that listserv. So what makes him so special?
So Muhammad, that smile. He takes care of business. So even on the tournament, we had right before the first game, we had a couple no-shows and we had to quickly adjust. I handed the list to Muhammad and I said, here's a list of names, help people get on the right spot. He's a leader to the team. The kids listen to him and he is scrappy on the field. He's fast and scrappy, which is so fun to watch.
Wow. I think that's special both ways because, like I said, when I saw your name and it just kept coming, I was like, okay, we're gonna have to get it one way or the other. I think one of the things you put out the universe. So there was a gold cleat. Was it a gold cleat or it was a trophy of some sort that I had seen that was awarded to the winning team?
Yeah. So having some soccer connections, the American Outlaws Lincoln donated a bunch of stuff for us, including some scarves, including some games, including sunglasses, tons of stuff. And we had a pair of boots. And so in the World Cup traditional, the best player gets the golden boot. So we spray painted a couple pair of cleats, and we had two winners. We had to have a winner in the tournament. When it did go to shootouts, one by one, but the two top players, and we don't just look at talent; we look at attitude and willingness to grit it out. And the two top players got the golden boot.
Fantastic. So, want to make sure, Muhammad, what's one thing you want people to realize and recognize?
Just keep going. Do what you love doing.
Fantastic, Dr. Colby.
I'll repeat what Muhammad said. I love that. Thank you.
You said one of your largest objectives as we roll out is we need to get these scholars on a field. So if there's colleges, Wesleyan, UNL, somebody else, really want to host, reach out to us. We want to get these scholars a real life experience. This is Pete Ferguson, 93.7 Ticket, bigger than the score. As I always close, I want to say, my angel said, I often forget what people have said, forget what people have done, but always remember how you make people feel. And so that being said, go out this week and make people feel in a way that's needed, and go out and show your kindness and pay that forward.